Welcome back to another installment of Financial Freedom 101. I'm your host, Robert, and this is episode 3. Today we'll be discussing a great way to get started on your journey towards financial freedom, turning your hobby into a side business. First and foremost, I want you to understand that words have meaning, and I chose the word side business very carefully. In a previous venture of ours, we had hired a startup marketing company to help us develop some potential blogs, and they insisted on using the term side hustle when talking about ways to raise extra funds. This is a big catchphrase that many people love using today, but to me, this brings about a lot of negative thoughts and feelings. To me, when I hear the word hustle, I automatically think about those stereotypical sidewalk card sharks in New York City trying to hustle people in a game of 5-card Monte, or maybe those pool sharks in a dingy pool hall hustling unsuspecting people in a game of pool. It's a hustle. It's a scam. The people are only here to make a quick buck and not think about their customers. On top of that, when I hear the word hustle, I think of short term. Again, making that quick buck, the one and done sort of approach. We want to become financially free, so we don't want a hustle. We want something long lasting, something that will hopefully allow us to leave our 9-to-5 job and work on our own terms. What we want is to own our own business. Most, if not all of you out there have heard of the cash flow quadrant made popular by Robert Kiyosaki. We talk more about this in our Wolfpack Academy courses, but for those of you who are not familiar with it, or in case you need a review of the cash flow quadrant, it's a typical quadrant setting with 2 sides and 4 sections. The left side contains the employee and self-employed. These are the people that work for a paycheck. If they do not work, they do not get paid. On the right side, you have the business owners and the investors, the ones that own a system and lets their money work for them. We all want to be on the right side. We all want to be able to make money even if we decide to take a day off. To be on the right side of the quadrant, we need to hustle. We don't want to have a hustle. It is for this reason I specifically chose to use the term side business. When people hear the word business, they think of a lasting entity, somebody that is looking for repeat customers, or an organization that offers quality goods and services. In fact, it's a mental game for you too. When you say the words, my business is, most people will take pride in what they are doing or the product they are producing as compared to saying, my side hustle is. And this is key. We have spoken about in the past 2 episodes that it's all about developing the right mindset and thinking bigger, thinking long term. One definition I read for side hustle was a temporary side job to earn extra pocket change. I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in earning pocket change. I'm interested in becoming financially free. So the real question for this topic is, how do we determine what our side business should be? Well, it's easy. What are you interested in? What do you have a passion for? What are you good at? Basically, this will be done on the side after most of you have done a full day's work, so it needs to be something that you enjoy doing. Otherwise, it won't last and you'll give up. Many people have a hobby and interest that others would love to be able to do, or just need to figure out what it is. For some, this may be arts and crafts. For others, this may be buying old broken down items, repairing them, and selling them for a profit. And yet for others, they may have a passion for teaching and educating. The sky's the limit. As long as there is a demand for what you are doing, you can turn it into a business. For example, my mom loves arts and crafts. She makes us handmade artsy calendars every single year. And every year, we have a lot of people asking, where do we get it? Because they want it. I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like a perfect side business. My wife, you met her on episode 1. She enjoys understanding how things work. When she was introduced to the multi-level marketing product of Young Living essential oils, it was a perfect side business for her. She was able to use her background in biochemistry to understand how oils work with the body to sell the product and create a residual income that allowed her to quit her full-time job. She started out selling essential oils as a side business, and because she thought of it as a business, she was able to transform this extra pocket change each month into a residual income that eventually replaced her monthly salary. For me, I love training, especially training on money matters and property investing. I've set up 2 Facebook groups, 2 successful meetup groups, at least before COVID, and have launched training through our Wolfpack Academy as a side business. Again, I'm looking at this as a business. So I'm always looking at how can I automate it? How can I expand it? And ultimately, how can I become financially free through it? Now, don't get me wrong. Having a side hustle is great if you need to make extra cash or if you're not interested in something long term. But I would still encourage you to think of it as a side business. Treat it as if it would be a business one day. How many times have you heard the stories of big businesses getting started in a person's garage? I know a ton of mechanics that have opened up their own garages because of the amount of business they receive simply by repairing old cars at home in their spare time with no intention of going into business. If it is something you enjoy doing, why not get paid for it? Now, I know many of you out there are saying, but I don't have a hobby that people will want to pay for. I'm not artsy. I don't know how to bake or cook, and I can't fix anything. What I'm hearing is a number of excuses. I'm telling you that there is something that you can do that you can monetize. Do you like to blog or do TikTok or YouTube videos? People make millions off of these platforms every single year by leveraging their followers. They sell advertising space, they promote brands, or they bring on guests that will be willing to pay finder's fees for people who buy their product or service through the videos. Have you ever heard of Ryan's Toy Review? Yeah, the kid who breaks toys on YouTube for a living. Well, guess what? This kid made over $30 million last year on endorsements alone. On top of that, he made over $200 million in establishing his own line of toys for Walmart and Amazon. Sounds like a great way to earn extra money if you enjoy making videos and doing stuff like that. Okay, so I gotta be honest. I gotta be fair. Not everybody has a talent or a hobby that can be monetized, but maybe you have a head for business or you like finance, networking, or simply talking to people. Guess what? You can monetize that too. If you're one of these types of people, you probably know somebody who has a hobby that people would love to pay for. Why not form a partnership with them and help each other out? You can always work on the business while they work on the product. Split the profits, and essentially you go into business with a partner. Easy to do. The point that I'm trying to make is that anybody can become financially free by doing what they like. It'll take hard work, time, and a lot of energy. But like the saying goes, what's simple doesn't last, and what lasts isn't simple. If you really want to be financially free, you will do what it takes to get there. You will need to give up your personal time and put effort into your venture. While it may be difficult now, in the end, it'll be worth it. I've been working over 50 hours per week for the last 3 weeks, but I've still found time to launch a podcast channel, prepare for podcasts, and work on both of our businesses, both our Wolfpack Academy and our property investing business in the UK. Why? Because I know that after all of this, it will eventually pay off and get me to the point I want to be. It will get me to become financially free. Remember, you don't have to go it alone. We have set up our Wolfpack Academy to offer our listeners, followers, and students the tools they need to help them along their journey. Whether it's training, coaching, mentoring, or simply networking, we've got you covered. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you want to know more, please check out our website and join our Facebook group, all of which are located in the show notes. Facebook group is great if you want some additional interaction or more interaction and networking. As always, please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Thanks again for listening, and join us in 2 weeks for our next episode, and have a great week ahead.